now I too go, and it's good. Now it's good. It's нужный, needed. This is needed player. You know, игрок, not needed player. Needed player.
You know, he's been lucky up until now, and they need to take his all.
Lucky Fabi, you kind of smirked when you heard lucky there. Has it been a lucky journey so far?
No, I think my journey, if anything, has been the opposite of lucky. I think
all we heavyweight who now, I think we have 1-2 years and change.
This is where things get serious. Oleksandr Usyk breaks down the Fabio Wardley versus Daniel Dubois fight with full confidence. He believes Dubois has the edge in power, pressure, and control. According to Usyk, Wardley could struggle badly, making this a dominant performance for Dubois if everything goes to plan.
For me, not first time, like you must do champion or sportsman, yeah. If you want, I help you, but я не буду змушувати. I not force, you must.
Now this is a massive statement from Oleksandr Usyk, and it carries real weight. He has already shared the ring with Daniel Dubois, so he knows exactly what that power and pressure feels like. Dubois gave him a genuinely tough fight, and that experience clearly shapes Usyk's view, backing Dubois to beat Fabio Wardley convincingly.
I think be better because little bit I think
The tension between Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley is clearly visible here. Dubois appears aggressive and emotionally charged, showing signs of a fighter ready to impose himself early. This intensity suggests he could apply serious pressure from the opening moments, potentially overwhelming Wardley in the early stages. The situation around Daniel Dubois' coaching change appears complicated and emotionally charged. Don Charles reflects on the sudden ending of his role, suggesting there was mutual respect but also clear frustration with the timing. Despite the disappointment, the focus remains on acceptance and moving forward, which could influence Dubois' preparation and mindset heading into this fight.
Privately, Daniel's father in particular, he recognized what I've done for Daniel and the father. And I too recognize what they done for me as a coach. So it's a mutual thing. Like I said, it was a sudden ending, and that doesn't sit well with me in the way that it ended. I haven't got this entitlement that I must be Daniel Dubois' coach.
No, fair enough.
But the timing of it, when 48 hours prior to me being dismissed, sacked, the conversations I was having with Daniel's father didn't suggest.
Indications of that?
No, that's the only thing that doesn't sit well with me. But like I said, I've digested it, I've acknowledged it, accepted it, processed it, and I've accepted it, and life.
Duke McKenzie explains heavyweight boxing as a division where everything can change with a single punch. Daniel Dubois is highlighted for his limited movement, which could become a serious weakness under pressure. Fabio Wardley is also viewed as a dangerous puncher, setting up a highly explosive fight where both fighters are expected to trade heavy shots from the opening bell.
And as you know, in heavyweight boxing, unlike any other weight division, you're one punch from victory, one punch from disaster. So it's not a question of the first one to land, because Dubois, there isn't enough lateral movement. You can only teach him so much. Dubois he's been to the top of that tree. He's tasted world title success. He knows what it is to be a world champion. You can't really improve when you've been a world champion. I mean, you never stop learning, but it's whether you can actually take that and put it into action. For me, there's not enough movement from Daniel Dubois. And once those bullets start getting fired, then mate, once those shots start coming in, boy, someone's getting knocked out. It's gonna be, you know what, their styles are gonna blend so well. Because like I say, they're both punchers, they both box reasonably well, they both got reasonably good stamina. And you know, as soon as that bell goes, mate, don't blink, it's gonna be, boy, you know what, like I say, I'm quite excited about that one. I like
Daniel Dubois shows strong confidence by choosing a high-risk fight immediately after defeat. Instead of rebuilding slowly, he steps straight into elite-level opposition, showing belief in his ability to compete at the top. This reflects a mindset focused on proving himself quickly through tough domestic-level challenges. Questions Daniel Dubois' ability to handle pressure at the highest level, despite acknowledging his dangerous punching power. Fabio Wardley is also viewed as untested against elite-level punchers, making this a genuine step-up fight where both fighters must prove their true heavyweight credentials.
I wonder, when it comes on top for him, Daniel Dubois, what's up there and does he want it? That's the only real question mark I've got over his career. Obviously, losing to Usyk's no disgrace, but he's a massive puncher, big, hard hitter. And Fabio Wardley has never really been in there. You've got Justice Hooney, you've got Joseph Parker, you've got Fraser Clark. None of them are really bangers, are they? None of them can really punch hard for heavyweights. I'm sure if they hit you on the chin, it'd hurt. But somebody like me who's got a granite chin, I think.
Fabio Wardley revisits past sparring sessions with Daniel Dubois, highlighting that both fighters have shared history inside the gym. The key focus here is evolution over time, with Wardley acknowledging that early sessions are irrelevant compared to current form. Both men have developed significantly in power, timing, and experience, making the past comparison more psychological than technical. The narrative builds a sense of uncertainty because old sparring results no longer define the present matchup, where both fighters now operate at world-level intensity and improved physically presents himself as a complete knockout threat who can end fights at any stage. His confidence in carrying power throughout every round shows why he is considered dangerous from start to finish. The focus is not only early stoppages, but sustained pressure and resilience across 12 rounds. This builds his identity as a relentless heavyweight who never leaves the fight, maintaining threat levels from opening bell to final round, which makes him a constant danger for any opponent, including Daniel Dubois.
because Fabio Wardley's a world champion now in his own right. And that 5% I'm just talked to you about, he's 5% better now than what he was before he won the title, because that's what it gives you when you win a world title. Now, he's just beaten Joseph Parker, right? And messed him up quite badly. It wasn't an easy fight. It ebbed and flowed for periods in that fight, but ultimately, Wardley got the job done. That's what he does. He gets the job done. Look at his career. Now, he would have improved. And a lot is to be said of Daniel Dubois, because he's got an excellent jab. That was the difference between him and AJ when they fought, was that jab. It was just beautiful. Wardley's got a good jab. And if Wardley's jab has improved since winning that title, then it's a battle of...
Tyson Fury describes this matchup as a pure 50-50 heavyweight clash between two physically powerful fighters in their prime. The emphasis is on raw power, timing, and physical presence rather than technical superiority. Both Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley are portrayed as dangerous knockout threats capable of ending the fight with a single clean shot. This creates a narrative of complete unpredictability where experience or records matter less than who lands first in a physically explosive encounter.
I think Wardley's a good fighter, and I think the Daniel Dubois fight is a very good fight. I think it's a great fight for British boxing. Two British heavyweights knocking lumps off each other. And these are two big punches, and you know, whoever lands first with the best shot will win.
What makes him dangerous, you think?
Oh, they're all dangerous, all heavyweights, yeah. Yeah, they're all very dangerous. These guys are 6'4", 6'5", 18 stone wrecking machines. Look how they're built. They're built like Greek gods, carved out of stone. They're training, they're young, they're ambitious. Dangerous.
And then Daniel versus Fabio Wardley, who do you think will win?
They're both in their prime, both fresh, both young, and it's a real fight where it's not like one's past it and one isn't. They're both in their prime, so I think the fans are the real winners here. They get to see a 50-50 fight between two big heavyweights.
Johnny Nelson focuses on psychological warfare inside boxing, where fighters attempt to break their opponent's discipline before the fight even begins. The idea is to provoke emotional reactions that lead to tactical mistakes inside the ring. In a high-pressure fight like Daniel Dubois versus Fabio Wardley, maintaining emotional control becomes just as important as physical preparation, because losing focus can directly lead to openings that decide the outcome of the fight.
Crossing out, getting back to it, and that's what they're all been trying to do, you know, because he's thinking, if I can get this man angry, get this man mad, then he'll deviate from his...
Both fighters openly accept the brutal nature of the upcoming fight, acknowledging that pain and danger are guaranteed at this level. The mindset shown reflects complete awareness of the risks involved in elite heavyweight boxing. Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley both embrace violence as part of their identity, showing willingness to endure punishment in pursuit of greatness. This sets the tone for a physically demanding fight where both competitors are mentally prepared for a war in.
I wonder if Fabio Wardley is going to fall for that call out, because one thing about Fabio, he just got the belt. He just got the belt and he wants to prove that he's a legitimate champion, and I think doing so is to beat another one that was a legitimate champion, Daniel Dubois. But what does it mean for Fabio Wardley to be wanted, right? To be sought after? I think it's an opportunity for Fabio Wardley to make some serious cash.
Spencer Oliver breaks down a crucial but often overlooked aspect of Daniel Dubois' performance, which is mindset. While Dubois already possesses natural physical strength and knockout power, the real focus here is psychological preparation. The emphasis is on building confidence, belief, and mental stability before stepping into a high-pressure fight. At this level of heavyweight boxing, physical ability alone is not enough, because hesitation or doubt can completely change the outcome of a fight. The idea is that if Dubois enters the ring fully mentally locked in, he becomes significantly more dangerous and difficult to deal with. This also highlights how his team views improvement, not just through technique or conditioning, but through mental strength. In a fight against someone like Fabio Wardley, mindset could be the deciding factor between control and collapse under pressure.
It's all about mindset. Dom recognises that. It's not about the physicalities. Daniel Dubois never has been. You know, he's a big, strong guy, and like, if you get his mind right and he's that self-belief there, and that's what Dom will be working on with him.
It's mind trick. It's not many that should beat him ever.
No.
Ade Oladipo delivers a highly emotional reaction to Fabio Wardley's performances, describing his style as pure brutality and high-intensity action. He openly admits changing his opinion multiple times, which highlights how unpredictable Wardley has become in a heavyweight division. However, the key concern raised is durability, especially when taking heavy shots early in fights. This creates a clear tactical discussion about whether Wardley can survive against a strong starter like Daniel Dubois. At the same time, Dubois is acknowledged for his dangerous run of opponents, including elite-level names, which adds credibility to his experience at the top level. The analysis ultimately frames this matchup as extremely close to 50-50, where both fighters bring dangerous strengths but also clear vulnerabilities, making the fight one of the most unpredictable heavyweight clashes in recent times.
Christ, man, that's just sensational. Honestly, that is just brutality at its best. I have picked against Fabio 2 or 3 times. I will never pick against him again. That being said, I picked against Dubois a couple of times. I think it's 50-50, and this isn't fencing, because I 51-49 Fabio. Fabio can crack, unlike any heavyweight I think right now in the division. But he takes a lot of punishment. Like, we've seen it, and I don't think you can take that type of punishment early from Dubois. But it's a tremendous fight. And look, if it does happen, credit to both. Credit to Dubois. To do Usyk, Miller, Hrgovic, AJ, Usyk, Wardley is better than any run minus Usyk in the heavyweight division. And, by the way, Parker was supposed to be squeezed in there.
Duke McKenzie highlights Fabio Wardley's growth after becoming a world champion, explaining how winning a title often adds confidence, sharpness, and an extra edge to a fighter's overall game. His recent win over Joseph Parker is used as proof of his ability to handle tough, competitive fights and still come out on top. The focus then shifts to technical improvements, especially the jab, which becomes a key weapon in heavyweight boxing. At the same time, Daniel Dubois is credited for having an excellent jab himself, which was a major factor in his performance against Anthony Joshua. This sets up a fascinating technical layer to the fight, where both fighters may not rely only on power, but also on who controls distance and rhythm with the jab. It becomes not just a power fight, but a battle of precision and timing at elite heavyweight level.
Because Fabio Wardley's a world champion now in his own right. And that 5% I'm just talked to you about, he's 5% better now than what he was before he won the title, because that's what it gives you when you win a world title. Now, he's just beaten Joseph Parker, right? And messed him up quite badly. It wasn't an easy fight. It ebbed and flowed for periods in that fight, but ultimately, Wardley got the job done. That's what he does. He gets the job done. Look at his career. Now, he would have improved, and a lot is to be said of Daniel Dubois, because he's got an excellent jab. That was the difference between him and AJ when they fought, was that jab. It was just beautiful. Wardley's got a good jab, and if Wardley's jab has improved since winning that title, then it's about...
This is where everything comes together in one massive heavyweight collision waiting to explode. Oleksandr Usyk's breakdown has added a new layer of controversy and confidence into this matchup, especially with his belief leaning towards Daniel Dubois having the tools to control and potentially break Fabio Wardley. If Fabio Wardley pulls off the win, it completely shifts the heavyweight landscape because it would prove his power and pressure can overcome elite-level experience and momentum, making him a real threat to every top name in the division. But if Daniel Dubois delivers on the expectations and dominance predicted in these breakdowns, it strengthens his position as one of the most dangerous punchers in the sport with renewed belief and momentum at world level. Mentally, this becomes a war of confidence where Dubois carries proven elite experience against top opposition, while Wardley brings hunger, aggression, and relentless pressure. The real question is who breaks first under the lights when every punch carries fight-ending danger. This is not just about skill but about composure, timing, and who can impose their will when chaos starts inside the ring. Now it comes down to you. Do you agree with Usyk's breakdown, or do you see Wardley shocking the world? Drop your prediction in the comments and let the debate begin.